bicycle.
Next time.
Wonderful!
Great. Excellent.
Smiles ahead. Save a group.
Man, look at all these cars.
Hey, have you heard, by the way? The Japanese company Kobelco is working to make the world's cars lighter.
So what does that mean?
Kobelco is using aluminum and steel technologies to make car parts and bodies lighter around the world.
Ah, Japanese technology. The country of karate. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Why do we always do that?
I don't know.
The talk of the world. Kobelco.
ベトナムに対してワクチンの技術援助をするとか、我々の技術を出せばですね、救われる人たちがたくさんいる。でもう一つは非常に少ない疾病の患者さんたちのための開発をやっています。いかにしたら未だ治らない病気の治療薬ができるかっていう、そこにみんなの気持ちが大体集まってます。
The sport truck. New Mitsubishi Triton.
Drive at Earth Mitsubishi Motors.
Welcome to Channel Japan. I'm Mai Demizu.
And I'm Makiko Tsuda.
Every week, we bring you the freshest information out of Japan from our studio here in Tokyo.
From the economy to culture and even foods, if you want to find out what's happening in Japan right now, this is where you'll find it.
Channel Japan Ranking.
We bring you Channel Japan Ranking, in which we rank some of the hottest products and services in the country.
In April 2014, the rate of the consumption tax in Japan increased from 5% to 8%.
Well, that's true. Well, due to this increase in the sales tax, were there any changes noted in the habits of consumers with regards to eating out?
Well, following this increase of the sales tax, a distributor conducted an online survey about changes in eating out tendencies, and we have the results here. So, nothing has changed, seemed to have been the most common answer, but among those who said there had been changes in their eating out behavior, the number 2 answer was cost performance. In other words, people wanted their money's worth, and it was followed by number 3, people saying they ate out less frequently.
Well, it must be very hard to satisfy consumers seeking delicious food at a good price. But restaurants work hard at ingenious ways to make the customers happy. So in this episode, we'll introduce 2 shops that came up with a variety of solutions to this problem. So take a look.
Just beyond the ticket gate on the first floor, Tokyo Station bustles with customers buying gifts to take home.
中でも朝から人気なのがこちら築地寿司生です。
At this branch of a popular Tsukiji sushi restaurant, mornings are a bargain. This sashimi special with 7 varieties including tuna and salmon is 320 yen or $2.7 US, but only in the morning. They can offer it so cheaply because they use trimmings from the fillets. But it's not even their most popular item.
お待たせしました。こちら朝食限定のメニューです。
This special is available only until 10 a.m. Sea bream with sesame sauce. Fresh sea bream sashimi in a secret sesame sauce. It's a customer favorite because you can enjoy it with broth for a delicious variation.
だし茶漬けなんだ。かつおのいい香りがしますね、もう。
ごまだれもね、うちの方でアレンジして味付けしてますんで。
The secret ingredient is a peanut paste. When blended with soy sauce and white sesame seeds, it creates a velvety texture and deep flavor. You can't get it at their main restaurant. It's a Tokyo Station store original. Here's another great place in the Yaesu Underground Mall. Customers come for the colorful selection of breads and pastries. All the bread and pastries you can eat. There are always more than 30 varieties. During lunchtime only, it's just 994 yen. Everyone piles their plates high with their choices.
2回目これで2回目5分くらいかな
The more you eat, the greater the bargain. The buffet line never ends.
食べ放題でカツサンドがあるっていうところがめったにないですよね。
あったかいカツが挟んであるので、もう出来たてがそのまま食べれるって感じ。
Their most popular item is their signature pork cutlet sandwich. It usually sells for 605 yen, but you can have all you want. Fresh baked bread and a large slice of pork loin hot from the fryer. The mango pastry also comes highly recommended. It usually sells for 292 yen.
デニッシュ生地とすごく合ってて、すごくフルーティーで美味しいです。
It's so addictive, you want to go for seconds. We come next to the underground shopping street linking Yaesu and Marunouchi. This restaurant has been in business 92 years.
米沢牛の牛鍋定食でございます。
すっごく綺麗な色のお肉ですね。しかもいっぱいお肉が入ってます。
5 big slices. This is their lunch recommendation, beef hot pot. Dip it in beaten raw egg, sukiyaki style.
とろける肉の旨味、上質で繊細な脂とも口の中で溶け合いますね。醤油っぽさがないというか、これってもしかしてお味噌？
あ、さようでございます。秘伝の味ということで割り下を味噌だれにしております。
Sukiyaki with miso. Now that's unusual. Yonezawa miso and soy sauce are blended together for the base. They allow it to rest for 3 days to give it a rich, velvety smoothness.
味噌だれっていうのは初めてで、すごくお肉の旨味が出て美味しいです。
これだけの米沢牛食べれたら。
Inexpensive Yonezawa beef. Enjoy it only at Tokyo Station. Our next stop is Dogenzaka in Shibuya. This restaurant is famous in Nagoya for its 100 yen yakiniku. Customers have come in droves from the day this branch opened in Shibuya. You have to wonder though, what kinds of meat do they serve for 100 yen?
こちらが100円の黒毛和牛カルビですね。
Beautifully marbled Kuroge Wagyu kalbi or short ribs. 6 slices for 100 yen. When slow grilled, it releases just the right amount of juicy fat. Because the 100 yen Kalbi uses the best beef, there is a limit of 1 order per customer.
パサパサ感がないですね。驚きのクオリティですね。
100円なのに全然もう普通の値段のお肉みたいな感じで。
But the surprises don't end there.
カルビだけじゃなくてですね、こちらも100円になります。
これも100円。
はい。
60 grams each of 4 different kinds of meat for 100 yen. And there's no limit to how many servings you can order. Women are particularly fond of the juicy and thick beef liver.
安いのだと硬いけど、このは柔らかくて、レバー美味しい好きなんで、はい、気に入りました。
Can they stay in business serving such fine meat so cheaply?
100円自体はやっぱり損ではあるんですけども、リピートをしていただきたいっていうためにも、まあいいお肉を100円でお出しさせてもらってます。
These 100 yen plates are their way of advertising. Our next 100 yen gourmet food is a hugely popular bakery with 9 stores in places like Chiba and Kanagawa. Customers rush in from the moment they open their doors.
どれが100円のパンなんですか？はい。
食パンとフランスパンを除くすべてのパンが100円です。
Incredible! Everything except the loaves and French breads are 100 yen. An unbelievable 80 different varieties. Bean jam buns and buns filled with cream, of course. Breads with sausage hearty enough for a meal. And fancy original creations. Even sandwiches with pork cutlet and other fillings. Every one of them is 100 yen. This is the manager's personal recommendation. The melted fresh cheese bun. How are they able to sell 80 different varieties for 100 yen? The secret lies in their centralized kitchen. We asked for a tour.
どうして100円っていう安さ出せるんですか？
こちらで大量に作ってるからですね。28,500円です。
Mass production is the secret to their low price. They knead the dough from flour, 10 different types of dough for their wide variety of sweet and savory breads. The dough is never frozen, but allowed to rest overnight before being delivered to each shop. There, the dough is baked in the shop's large ovens to ensure a continuous supply of fresh-baked breads. On a busy day, this store sells as much as 4,000 breads.
普通のパン屋さんとはちょっと違って、お安い上に量もお味の深さも全然違うんだ。
他のスーパーで買ったらさ、ね、やっぱり98円とかさあるけども、食べたら味が違うんだよ。口の中に入ったって味が。
flavor far exceeding the price is what brings customers in.
And this is it for Channel Japan Ranking. After the break, we'll bring you a documentary program, so stay with us.
ORIX is driving business in Asia through leases, investments, real estate development, energy businesses, and more. Making business more dynamic and fast-paced than ever. ORIX.
Nikko, one of Japan's leading tourist destinations. Here, you will be charmed by nature's bounty and will enjoy the beautiful scenery. You will also experience Japanese history at World Heritage temples and shrines. Nikko and Kinugawa, as well as the historic hot springs, are charming. Asakusa is easily accessible from the airport. It takes 2 hours from Asakusa to reach Nikko and Kinugawa via the Spacia Limited Express. Let's go to Nikko!
Making better living with functional labels and films. Connecting dreams throughout the world with our unique technology. Linking your dreams now from Japan to the world. For adhesive products, we are Lintec.
Japanese SMEs with world-class technology, quality, and reliability. Innovative online matching site for finding business partners you can trust. J-Good Tech, your solution is here.
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we'll be introducing you to some of our popular documentary programs. This week, the main character in our episode is a female company president who is dreaming of achieving 100% recycling of waste.
In the late 1990s, Saitama Prefecture's Mount Kunogi region was known as the Ginza of industrial waste, with waste incineration causing dioxin pollution. Industrial companies faced opposition from the community and were forced to close one after another. But one woman's business survived. Dad, let me take over. Noriko Ishizaka inherited her father's business. She ceased all incineration and instead turned to recycling methods so as to coexist with locals. All types of waste material are carefully separated. The company's recycling rate is an impressive 97%, among the highest in Japan.
次世代を担うこの仕事をしてくれる子どもたちがやりたい仕事だって思えるようにできたら最高じゃないかな。
Waste material becoming future resources. Ishizaka has kick-started the first project of its kind in Japan.
I have a dream.
We have a dream.
The processing plant grounds are 90% forest. It allows excursion visits, which is rare for an industrial waste company. It was Ishizaka's idea to show students the importance of recycling.
なんかこうごちゃごちゃに廃棄物を混ぜちゃったりしたらいけないなっていう気がしない？します。するよね。一回混ざっちゃうと分けるの大変だから。できるだけ混ぜないようにするっていうことをみんながゴミ出す時にやってもらうだけで全然違ってくるんだよ、ね、 そういうのもね見てもらいたいなと思うんだよね。
The processing plant handles dirt and rubble from buildings that have been torn down. Wood and concrete, as well as plastic and metal, are all mixed together. The plant's recycle rate is 97%. The waste materials, which would have been thrown away, are turned into all kinds of useful daily products. Every day, 300 truckloads of waste arrive at the plant to utilize its recycling technology. After taking over her father's business, Ishizaka spent more than a decade transforming the incineration plant into a recycling plant. She hopes to achieve a recycling rate of 100%.
はい、ちょっと見てもらっていいですか。
This waste material is too fine to be sorted and recycled. It can only be buried as is. But if it can be separated, it will mean achieving that 100% recycling goal.
受け入れている廃棄物をやっぱり最終的には全部リサイクルできるような形まで持っていきたいですよね。今を考えてやるのか、もう50年先を考えて動くのかということです。将来先でも埋め立てをしない技術っていうのを今から研究するっていうことですよね。
This is the president's office. She has about 130 employees in her capable and fashionable hands.
基本的にはアクセサリーをしないんですよ。なので爪だけがアクセサリーっていうのかな。
She originally wanted to become a nail artist. After graduating high school, she went to America to receive formal qualifications. Upon returning, she began working at her father's plant as a way of saving money to open her own nail salon. However, in the late 90s, dioxin pollution had become an environmental issue. Heading protests was a local farmer, Yutaka Sekiya. Vicious rumors about its quality had caused sales of his produce to fall.
死活問題ですから、健康被害の上に経済的な被害まで受けたんでは、黙ってたら黙ってられないですよね。あってはならないっていうか、その業種っていうか、早くやめてもらいたい。
Saitama farmers received 300 million yen or $2.5 million in damages. A backlash against the waste processing plants began. Just as this was happening, Ishizaka's father had spent 1,500 million yen on a brand new incinerator. It was an advanced type that didn't emit dioxin, but too many locals were against it.
やっぱりショックですよね。ショックっていうのは多分私の中ではもう客観的に見ることができない、会社否定される、いわゆるもう家族を否定されるっていうような印象になるじゃないですか。
She then did something unexpected. Dad, let me take over.
これから先会社を続けていくっていうことになった時に、地域から必要とされない会社では生き残りができないっていうふうに思ったの。その生き残りをしていくんであれば、地域が反対している焼却をやめて事業を転換しようと。
After persuading her father, at 30 she took over the company and dismantled the costly incinerator. She then steered the company towards recycling. As a result of her decisive action, she lost 40% of its staff, but Ishizaka's conviction was strong. Even after getting home from work, she has housework to catch up on and 2 children to look after as a single mother. Every day, she juggles between her business and family.
本当に疲れて心身ともに疲れている時はやっぱりこうイライラしたりするのよね。言ったことを子供たちがやってくれなかったりしたらもう怒鳴ったり大泣きしたりしたこともあって、でその時に「お母さんだって何でも一人でできるわけじゃないの」って言って、で「お母さんもう出ていくから」って言って出てったことがあるんですよ。よいしょ。いただきます。
Though it's impossible to do it all by herself, there's one thing she wants to do for her children's futures.
自分の子供たちがお母さんのやってる仕事って廃棄物処理業者ってこう言いにくい環境っていうのかな、そういう風になったら嫌だろうなっていう思いはずっとあったので、これから次世代を担うこの仕事をしてくれる子どもたちがやりたい仕事だって思えるようにできたら最高じゃないかなと思ってる。
This day was the plant's customary summer festival. There are food stalls set up in the factory grounds, manned by staff. Ishizaka came up with the festival 11 years ago as a way to strengthen community ties. It goes on until night. Over 600 attendees applaud.
ありがとうございます。お世話になります。今後ともよろしくお願いします。もうみんな
Ishizaka expresses her thanks to locals who allowed her to establish the recycling plant. There's an unexpected attendant. It's Sekiya, the farmer who was against the plant.
今まで産廃業界っていうのはダーティーな産業だったでしょ。俺なんか行くとさ、なんだてめえら何人だとか言ってさ、脅しをかけるようなね、業界の人がいたんだけど、やっぱその点石坂さんはさ、まあ真摯に住民の声を受け止めてね、だから今があると思うのね。そういうその時の業界の人はみんなもういなくなっちゃった。
After the dioxin problem 15 years ago, Ishizaka's plant has finally gained Sekiya's consent.
ぜひ今後ともよろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。
まあもし何かあったらもう遠慮なくズケズケと言うからそれでいいですよね。
嬉しいよね。本当考えられます？考えられないでしょ？考えられないですよ。本当。やっぱりここで満足したくないんですよね。もっともっとやっぱり変われると思うの。
Even so, there are still people in the community who are yet to be convinced. She continues reforms to gain the community's full acceptance. Ishizaka is currently involved in a joint research project with academia. It's how to separate leftover powdery waste materials that cannot be disposed of. The goal is to extract wood and paper fragments only millimeters in size and recycle them.
そうね、これでできると最高なんだけどね。
soil that contains more than 5% waste materials must be disposed of. But if the waste could be removed, then the soil could be reused for things like foundation work for buildings. A waste removal device that uses static electricity is being developed. The soil containing waste is put on a board with holes in it, which is then fired with static electricity. As the board vibrates, the lighter paper and wood fragments stick to the board while the heavier soil drops through. This is the fourth experiment of the day. Look at the board's underside. The soil has fallen through the holes. The wavering wood and paper fragments have been kept on the surface of the board with static electricity. Look closely at what remains on the board.
かなり分離できてるね。完全ではないけど進化してるよ。
The separation of soil and waste is still only 65%, but it will continue to increase.
誰もやらないことを悩んでいるより、自ら少しずつでも進んでやってみる。その結果で状況が変化が生まれれば、また前に進めるというチャンスが生まれてくるので、続けてやっていきたいかなと思いますけどね。
Her dream is to achieve a 100% actual recycle rate to put to practical use within 3 years. Ishizaka's children write her a letter expressing how they feel.
いつも家では会社をどのように発展させて良いのかで頭がいっぱいだと思います。それでも僕たちにはそのような話はせず、今日はどうだったのとか、何かしたいことはあるなど、いつも心配してくれてます。僕はそんなお母さんがすごいと思ってます。
お母さんの会社はこれから先ずっと必要とされる仕事だと思います。そんな素敵な場所を作るのに主に携わってきたのが私の母だということはとても誇りに思えることです。お母さん、いつもありがとう。
いかがでしょう。
嬉しいよね。なんか頑張んないといけないかなってまた思う。まあね、子供には本当に迷惑かけてきちゃってるから、そう思ってくれると嬉しいよね。頑張ります。
Well, after the break, we'll be showing you a popular economics program, Gachirin Monday, so don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tokyo Skytree. Be awestruck by the panoramic view. There are so many other fun things to do after you've enjoyed the view. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go, let's enjoy. This is Tokyo Skytree.
Let's go look for Mitsubishi Electric around the world. Singapore, Bali, Jakarta, Tokyo, Michigan, Kuala Lumpur,
Matsui and Company.
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we'll be showing you an episode from a popular Japanese economics program, Gachiri Monday by TBS. Today's topic is mechanized production line.
This modern factory is fully automated, and unique devices support manufacturing without the use of electricity. In this episode, companies that are improving efficiency with these innovative devices. We first visited an automobile parts manufacturer with worldwide sales of 4 trillion yen a year. In this large factory, we were shown production lines that used unique devices. Before, this job required the worker to carry containers weighing 13 kilograms to the line. But now, the worker moves them with cords. The lifting mechanism is very simple. The overhead arm has a counterweight at its end that assists the worker. It's like a balance for measuring weight. The overhead arm almost reduces the workload in half.
長時間でも何回でも一日中でもできるっていう形になりましたので、人の入れ替えをしなくてもいいと、工場全体としてもありがたいものになってます。
Previously, about 50 containers could be moved in 10 minutes. But now, 1.3 times more, about 65 can be moved, a big improvement in efficiency.
やっぱり数を毎日こなしていくと、やっぱり腰とかにも負担がくると思うので、ありがたいです。
Next, this efficient dolly.
これがパレットスライダーです。
A pallet or platform is used for moving containers and other things. Previously, pallets were carried and put into position by hand. But by using this pallet slider, you can pick up the pallet in a standing position and move it. Turn it on its side. And without even touching it, you're done. Here's how it works.
バネを使ったりだとか、バネを使ってこの重量を随分軽減させてというところもあります。
It will not fall over when it's tipped because the spring counters the weight of the pallet. Next, a production line that works like conveyor belt sushi. This is a line for assembling car navigation systems. The navigation systems are assembled by moving components from the left and right on 4 work platforms. It seems typical, but the line undergoes a transformation. The work platforms are rotated by hand. In the back, the other assembly line has now come to the front. The units in this line will be set up with a different navigation system. And then the line is rotated once more. This time, the work platforms are turned upside down, transforming them into yet another line. 4 types of navigation systems can be assembled by one worker on this unique assembly line.
カーナビゲーションが2年ごとに、サイクルで変わるんですよ、そのたんびに、ラインができます。そうするとどんどんラインが増えていってもう面積がないということで、今回こういう縮めれるようにする工夫をしたのがこのからくりになっています。
The latest model is mass-produced on a larger line. But leaving old production lines intact would be pointless. However, stopping production is not an option. So they solved this problem by putting 4 lines together in one location. Creating a conveyor belt sushi line for assembling 4 old products that fits in a small space. Here, workers are brainstorming. They are trying to create various devices that could help.
やっぱり自分たちが楽したいっていう思いがないと、楽したい。こういうところは結びつかない。
Next, we visited a Western-style confectionery maker in Hyogo Prefecture. We were told this company has a device that reduces time and effort when making cakes. This is what it is. Here is a cake being made. It's cut into 6 pieces and garnished with strawberries. Then, the whole cake separates. From above, it looks like this. Their device is a patent-pending rotation platform.
ケーキに触れずに移動ができる方法はないかというふうなことを考えて回転台を考えました。
Formerly, the slices of cake were carefully slit out one by one and wrapped with film. In addition to taking quite a bit of time, pieces of cake sometimes bumped into other pieces. But by using this rotation platform, film can be wrapped around each piece without sliding them. This improvement in efficiency was welcomed by the cake maker.
1時間に8台ですね、48個を昔は作ってたんですけど、今は10台、60個作れるようになりました。
The device is made with 3 plates arranged on top of one another. By moving the bottom 2, the 6 pieces separate without touching each other. Next, we visited an automobile manufacturer in Hiroshima Prefecture. This company uses some unique devices in their production line. This is an automobile production line with the latest and newest equipment. But plastic PET bottles are seen. They seem to be used as a weight.
ペットボトル同期台車です。
The dolly, carrying tools and parts, moves alongside the workers. And when done, this device moves the dolly back to the starting point. Previously, the worker had to hurry back and forth between a rack and the car. But consistent back and forth movement was rather troublesome. Now the old rack has become a dolly that moves along with the worker. The time and labor of going to get things has been reduced. Also, this device doesn't use electricity. Air pressure pops a lever out, and then the car's tire pushes the dolly forward with the car. When the work's finished, the lever is retracted. And the dolly returns to its starting point through the weight of the PET bottle.
現場の作業者が自分たちのやりにくい仕事を自分たちの手でやりやすくするために一生懸命考えてこういうからくりを作るんですよ。
Next on this production line is this small device. A cylindrical device for delivering ring-shaped parts.
アッカンベータローって言うんですよ。
Before, rings were placed in boxes. But if you wanted to remove a few, it was difficult. For example, getting 2 at a time on average took 2 seconds. Now, it only takes a half a second. This step takes place 50 times a day, and now 1 minute 15 seconds of time is saved each day. This device is extremely simple. The stopper at the back knocks out the next rings as the cylindrical container swings back.
ここを見てください。ネジ式にしてるだけなんですね。このネジを緩めて高さを変えてやると3枚でも4枚でも取り出せる、そういうことなんですよ。
By adjusting the gap at the back, the number of rings pushed out can be changed.
どんなものを作ろうかっていうアイディアが次から次へと出てきますんで、そういった活気のある職場っていうのが我々の自慢です。
They even invented a device for a fully automated robot production line. Here it is. A robot arm swings a part for the back door of a car into position on a rack. Then another robot arm grabs that part, moving it over to the press machine. This part is another unique device. Before, the movement of both robot arms was rather complicated, that involved twisting movements. Because the arm can now hook the automobile part onto this rack, its movements have become smooth. Even after the second arm receives the part, meaningless movements have been eliminated. But these are robots, so a bit of wasted movement should be okay.
これをやることによって生産のタクトが約 1SPM 上がるんですよ。1分間に何台製品を取れるかという数値でして、たった1秒早くなるだけでも年間を通してですと、何千台何万台っていう数の違いになってくるので、このからくりはとても重要なからくりになっています。
By using this device, they can press 1 extra unit per minute than they could before. Thanks to simplified movements of the arms, malfunctions have almost disappeared. The idea for this came from watching a child on a swing. Because of these various steps, production efficiency is up, and so is worker motivation.
Winter in Japan. Lovely views. Heartwarming flavors. And exhilarating experiences. Discover the best Japan has to offer right here in central Japan this winter. Nagoya Railroad Group.
Potenza. We do our jobs.
with sincerity and integrity to make a better living environment for the people and our society. Today's work, tomorrow's heritage. Shimizu Corporation.
Machines can do much more to unleash human potential. Pure possibility. Omron.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. And this is it for this edition of Channel Japan. There will be more on the latest information from Japan. So join us again next week.